So, Greg Gine, I'm probably mispronouncing that, died relatively recently.
Oh.
Well, last year. Sorry. I guess that's not relatively recently.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was a Hollywood special effects artist for many, many years, worked on many things, including the very first Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
little movie called Star Wars that came out in 97.
You might have heard of it.
Yeah.
So he, like many people in the effects business, kept little souvenirs of the various projects he's worked on. And so after he died, some buddies were like going through his garage, digging through boxes to look at all these things. And they found a model of a X-Wing that was used in episode 4.
Would have shit my fucking pants.
Yeah.
So first of all, none of these guys thought that Star Wars was going to be successful.
Yeah.
Pretty much George Lucas is like, he like borderline embezzled money to make ILM.
Yeah.
And then he got everyone together and he's like, okay, I have this number of effect shots. I need these things to happen. None of the technology for this exists.
Make it happen.
Would do it. And they're like, oh shit.
Oh.
And they had to start from the ground up.
How much money do we have?
Yeah. They had to invent motion controlled camera work and all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
And like they get like an alarming amount, like the movie's about to come out and like the effect shots aren't done. George Lucas is like, I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack. He almost did, actually. And they finally started getting some of the shots done, and like one of the first shots was the on the Death Star, the turret shooting
pew, pew, pew.
And the other one, like when they took 2 KFC buckets and taped them together and made the escape pod from like one of the first like VFX shots from the movie. Mm-hmm. And they sent it to him and he's like, okay, this is actually good, please keep doing it. And they made a bunch of these X-Wing models out of wood, which isn't how they make Starship models. Well, they don't make Starship models anymore, but like they made them out of wood instead of like staggering. This thing sold for like $3.1 million, and it's probably about this big, like studio scale X-Wing. They weren't very
incredibly detailed. Like it has little scorch marks and everything.
Those guys, those ILM model makers, dude. It just, I mean, that reading about those guys is the whole reason I like building models. That my dad was really into it and got me into it. But I would flip through his old magazines and shit and look at, like, you know, these guys that made these models and pictures of them, and it's just fucking incredible. I love it.
Greg Gine, by the way, had a whole bunch of other stuff that also sold at auction for less than $3.1 million, but still an awful lot of money, and was actually nominated for a couple Academy Awards, including for Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yep. Another John Williams movie, by the way. Steven Spielberg.
Yep.
Richard Dreyfuss is in that movie. I love him. He's so weird.